Guys, guess what? It's Kimise, and I'm back for another log this week, and I hope you guys are doing excellent. I'm doing most excellent. So, got a lot of cool things to share with you, so let's just jump straight into a few things. First off, I want to recognize two new subs this week. Michael Blanford, Michael Scupo, thank you so much for the subs for subscribing to the channel. You guys are absolutely fabulous. And all my other subs out there that I have not named, thank you so much. Remember, if you subbed recently, like I did get a lot more subs than just two this last week, but YouTube doesn't show me all their names. So if you want a shout out, drop me a line in the comments. I'll make sure you get added to my new sub list so I can go ahead and let everybody know that you guys are absolutely fabulous for joining the channel. So thank you so much for helping me with that. Also, if you're watching and you like the video, hit that like button. It really helps us out. Super simple thing. And all the growth in the channel is because you guys have been taking time to do that. And it helps the YouTube algorithm push our video out and get us more people, get our video in front of more people. And so it just continues to grow. And it's all because of you guys. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. So I got a few things I want to go ahead and touch on today. First off, sorry, I'm trying to get the ums out of there. I'm terrible about ums. Okay, so Minecraft is returning, not this week, but the following. I should be able to get some new videos out that next week, and I'm pretty excited about that. I want to start digging in, doing some builds again back on the base. The server has not been updated. We're still on the same server, so if you're interested in hopping into it, it's not so far along that there's not plenty of space and plenty of opportunities for you to build your own stuff. And all you have to do is join our Patreon, which is like $3 a month, to be able to get whitelisted on the survival server. So survival Minecraft's a thing, and you want to play with some pretty awesome guys. Like everybody on the community who's been playing is pretty cool. It's a small community, but we'd love to have you. I'm going to be back on regularly starting next week, so I'm pretty excited about that. Streaming. I haven't been streaming all summer just because of the craziness of it all, so I should be back on a streaming schedule hopefully the week after next, once we get into September. My brand new job, my new school and everything, things are starting to settle down finally. Well, maybe not so much. I still got a lot of work to do, but doing a little bit of a stream in the evenings, I think I can get back to that schedule. You know, I really miss streaming with you guys, doing some Minecraft, doing some Wizard 101, doing some, you know, Pirate 101. So I like to get back into that. So if you enjoy streams, you know, watch for any announcements, which I should get out here pretty soon. Okay. Well, so since we got all that out of the way, let's just. Oh, by the way, I've got a new series I'm going to start this week, so check it out. Yeah, check it out. Let me know what you think about it. Leave me some comments. Think if you like the idea. I'm not going to tell you much about it here. I'm just going to let it hit, and we'll go from there. So we'll see. You know, you never know. You never know. I'm hoping it's something you might be interested in. Okay, so I want to talk about some challenging things for me this week. Is, you know, now we're a full week into school, the newness of new teachers, new schedules and stuff is worn off and everything. And if you're not familiar with it, I've started as I've changed campuses. I went from a junior high school to a high school. I'm teaching two subjects as opposed to two subjects I haven't taught before, as opposed to the last subject I've been teaching for about 10 years or so. You know, so lots of things have changed. You know, I've had to, I'm working feverishly every weekend on lesson plans to try to be on top of things, to come up with interesting ways to approach stuff so that great learning's happening in my classroom. And I'm pretty excited about all that. And it's exciting, but it's also pretty challenging. But, you know, I had this project that I've been working this week with my astronomy kids. And basically, it's a little bit of a research project. The kids got to choose a ancient civilization. I had about 18, 20 of them that they could choose from. If they had another one that was pretty interesting, I'd even let them add it to the list. But there's about 18, 20 of them. And they were supposed to really dig into the ancient civilization, find out when they were, what they did, how they used astronomy. Because I don't know if you guys know this, astronomy's like the oldest science that we have any evidence that people studied, you know, as far as from artifacts and stuff from ruins and everything. So you know, we're really trying to dig in to find out the origins of astronomy in a sense, and I think it's a kind of a fun project. And the idea is that they do this research, they get these points, they make a script that's going to last anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute, and they make a short video using slides, not like a slideshow presentation, but try to animate pictures coming in and out, kind of like a documentary type thing. And I've given them, like, you know, about 4 days to do that, which has been a lot of time. And I thought the project was pretty cool. It gives them a chance to be creative, gives them a chance to look into something that is their choice, and at the same time hitting those goals of us trying to understand more about how astronomy was used by these civilizations in practical senses, as well as how it relates to some of their cultural things. So that's what the project is, and I thought it was pretty cool. But boy, I've gotten some pushback from my juniors and seniors, because that's who I mainly have in this astronomy class, are juniors and seniors. And it's just like, oh, can I just get up there and present? Why do I have to make a video? Do I have to record my voice? I'm like, whoa, where's this all coming from? Now I get it. Juniors and seniors, they're not always interested in having to put effort and work sometimes. I get it, but I don't know. I'd love for your feedback. What do you guys think? Is that a cool idea for a project? What they'll then do is they'll work with their group and combine their section of the video with 3 others, so they have a 4-minute video about 4 different cultures. So I'd love to get your feedback on it as former students, current students, depending on who you are and everything. I think it's a great way to learn stuff from each other and build out something that's not just you writing a multi-page project or me going through a deadening PowerPoint where you're filling in notes and having to take a multiple choice test at the end. So, I mean, you let me know, guys. What do you think? Is that something that would have interested you if you were in school? Which kind of like takes me to what I want to talk about here in the video today, which is how I think about learning. Buzzwords you'll find in education, or buzz phrases you'll hear a lot, is lifelong learners. Are we developing lifelong learners? And they put a lot of pressure on us as educators to try to engage those students and try to make it interesting and try to get them locked into what we're doing. And I'm all for that. I mean, you just heard, one of the methods I'm using just to get the year started off with my astronomy class, And the challenge is also to make it rigorous, so it doesn't feel like it's something super simple, or I don't have to put any effort into it as well, that it's really making me think. And those are buzzwords that we use in education and buzz phrases for us to really challenge our students and get them walking away with something that's valuable to them. You know what I'm saying? Is we want to develop those lifelong learners. And I was I was thinking, how do I approach it, and what's my theory on it, and what do I think about it? Because especially when I was looking across a class, like when I look across a class, it's about a quarter of my astronomy kids picked astronomy because they're interested in astronomy, right? And then 3/4 are taking it because they need another science, or they heard it was the easy class, and so they just want an easy class to get out of. Now, one of the reasons they hired me in is because I'm kind of excited about it. I want to make it interesting. Well, not kind of. I am excited about it. I think astronomy is one of the coolest topics out there. And I'm going to make it interesting, but I'm also going to really challenge my kids to think and understand the concepts and understand where they came from, and to basically develop the understandings and the theories of why we understand what we do know about astronomical events and such. And that's just who I am. I'm not going to let you fill in a set of notes and take a multiple choice quiz and then us move on, right? Or give you a web quest or give you a virtual lab and hopefully you'll figure it out. We're going to do hands-on stuff. We're going to create projects. We're going to have basis arguments in my class. But anyways, I know a lot of kids don't want the class, and I've started to realize that, and I think their expectations are a little bit off. So it made me think, okay, what control do they really have in that? Like I was thinking back, have I ever been in a class I didn't want to be in? And the answer is yes. Let's be honest. K through 12 education, half those classes you don't want to do. You don't want to work on reading, or you might not like reading. You may not really enjoy math and you find it really, really hard. It could be something like you don't see a point to history, but you got to be there and you got to try to learn the material, right? Those are all things that a lot of students don't want to do. Well, here's my theory. Here's how I've always tried to live my life, and hopefully maybe it'll give something to you. You got to be there, right? So your time is limited. And that's a big deal with me, especially as I've gotten older. How much time do I have to do things? How much time do I have to spend with my kids? How much time do I have to make a difference in my life and others. And I think that's a really important thing to think about, because if you're someplace where you don't want to be, how can you make that valuable to yourself? You know, and because there's going to be somebody that's trying to feed into you. And I mean, you could blow it off and not do anything about it, but then let's be honest, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time for you, but you still have to be there. So my thoughts, when I have to go to things like, you know, as a teacher, I have to do professional developments all the time. And I'll find myself in these professional developments, I'm thinking, oh, yeah, I do that. It's just that 5 years ago it was named something else. It's a pretty common thing in professional developments. They love to rename things. But, you know, I have to go to these trainings because I have to have these hours, because it's mandated for me to keep my job and for me to hopefully become a better educator because of it, because I'm always learning, even though it seems like some of it's not very useful. Well, I go into those situations thinking, okay, what can I learn that's going to make me better? I got to be here for 6 hours. You know, what are going to be the things that I can take away from this activity, from the speaker, that can make me better at my job, or just give me an edge in my life? It could be an organizational tool, it could be an app, it could be a way of thinking that I hadn't approached. Like I went to this professional development about what they call flow thinking, or being in the flow about things. It's a concept that's been being developed by some psychologists for a few years, and it was really interesting because I didn't necessarily want to be there. I'll be honest with you. You know, it was just more PD, and we had a ton of it just at the beginning of the year. But I sat and I listened, and I paid attention, and you know what? I caught myself in that mode just a few days afterwards, while I was planning and I was getting a ton done, because flow means you're like, I guess some of us would call it, you're in the zone. You know, you're getting a lot done. You're being very productive. You're being creative. You're putting things together. You have a high interest in what you're doing. And how can you get yourself into the flow, and how can you get your students in the flow? And I've had to think about that. It's made me think a lot about that. And I think a lot of it's just going into that situation and trying to learn something from it. And now, because I understand that better, it helps me think about how I want to plan my activities so I can get kids in the flow in their work. And I wouldn't have had that without the professional development. I didn't want to be there, but I found a value in it. And I think that's what learning's about. Sometimes you're in situations, and I see this all the time, you know, like when I was training people, when I was working at Guitar Center, you know, they were just staying there. They couldn't find the interest, even though we were paying them to be interested in it. Or like when we have a new guy, a new helper in the air conditioning business, when I work with my brother over the summer, some people just aren't trying to learn what's going on, and at that point it becomes a waste of time. And are they really a learner, and is it adding to their life? No. But the only person who can make a decision whether it is or not, it's us. We got control over that. When we're in a situation, are we going to learn from it? When we're in a situation, are we going to get the most out of it? I'm sorry, this video went way over, but it's a topic that's really big to me. Is, you know, are we taking every advantage that's given to us, whether we want that advantage, whether we're forced into that advantage or not? That's just my thoughts. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Watch for that new video this week. I hope you guys have a good week, guys. This is Kimise. Catch you guys later. Bye-bye.